Hello, my name is Mausoluem. I'm an English tutor and an international tour guide. Today I am in Baba Taher Mausoleum, one of the most prominent and magnificent tourist sites in Hamedan. Actually, I was born in Hamedan, and Hamedan is my hometown, so obviously I like it. And my mom was born here and she grew up here. And that's why I've got a kind of an emotional attachment to Baba Taher Mausoleum.
عزیزون از غم و درد جدایی به چشمونم نمونده روشنایی.
Baba Taher lived in the 11th century in the Seljuk dynasty, and he was one of the most well-known poets of his time. And his name was Baba Taher Oryan. Baba was the title given to the elderly, especially the wise one. And Oryan actually is the Persian equivalent for the word in English, naked. And it connotes the meaning that Baba Taher loved simplicity, and he was into a simple life, and he wasn't very much into materialistic wealth. It is said that Baba Taher was a wandering dervish, and he was a mystic. He was in love with simplicity of life, and his poems, you can see the beauty of the lands, the rivers and the mountains, and he loved morality and integrity and sincerity. Okay, let me tell you more about the mausoleum. This mausoleum was first made in the Seljuk dynasty, but after a period of time it was ruined. And then in the reign of Reza Pahlavi, it was reconstructed. After Reza Pahlavi, in the reign of his son Muhammad Reza Pahlavi, in 1967, it was renovated and this construction was made.
کسی بود از غم و دردم خبردار ای یارم که داره مشکلی چون مشکل
So this is the tombstone. As you see, it's very simple and it's very beautiful. And when you come here, you feel the spiritual aura. It's like, I can say that, the feeling is fantastic, okay? And some people come here, especially at the weekend, some musicians to play different kind of Iranian musical instruments, such as tambur, sitar, and things like that. Look at this, the height from here at the bottom to the above, I mean the top of the tower is about 25 meters. And when you look at that, you can see a lot of beautiful mosaic tiles. They're absolutely fantastic and very marvelous. They're really artistic. So here we've got, as you see all around the place, there are 24 poems, 24 selected poems of Baba Taher. And when you look at them, I mean, for instance, this one, when you look at this, you see that these poems are very short because we have in Persian literature, we've got a style, a technique of poetry which is called Do-Beiti. It is very short, but it gives you a kind of a life lesson. So, especially about Baba Taher, the good news is that it's not only simple, but also it has a combination of simplicity, spirituality, integrity, and sincerity. And above all, it is really melodious. It has got a kind of a melodious language with a flowing language, and at the same time it connotes that it connotes a kind of profound philosophical undertone. So let me read one of them for you. Let me recite it actually. This is one of the poems of Baba Taher. I just want to recite it for you. It's really interesting for me to do that. It has got a kind of Lourish dialect. I'm not very familiar with the dialect, but I do my best to recite it. جره بازی بودم رفتم به نخجیر، سیاه چشمی زده بر بال مطیر، بر غافل مچر در چشم ساران، هر آن غافل چره غافل خوره تیر. I just want to interpret it for you in English in the way that I myself understand it. It means that once upon a time there was a beautiful hawk, a kind of a bird, and it decided to go hunting. But while it was wandering around, a beautiful person with black eyes shot at him, especially on his wings, and he was wounded. And in the second line, there is a life lesson for you. To my mind, it says that you've got to be careful about what is going on around you, because if you're ignorant of what is happening around you, maybe something awful happens to you. And this is not only philosophical, but also in a way romantic. It says that if you're not very careful about keeping your heart, maybe you fall in love with someone in the wrong time and you have to suffer for that. This is my feeling and my understanding of this beautiful poem. So I want to recite another poem of Baba Taher for you. چه خوش بی مهربونی هر دو سر بی، که یک سر مهربونی درد سر بی. اگر مجنون دل شوریده ای داشت، دل لیلی از او شوریده تر بی. And my interpretation of this poem is that it is very romantic and very, very melodious and absolutely beautiful. And it says that it is good that love must be reciprocal. It must be a mutual feeling, because if it is one way, if one of you love one person and another one doesn't give you that love back, it is a kind of a disaster. It is a great misfortune, and you have to suffer for it. So, and in the second line, we've got two legendary, a legendary couple who, like Romeo and Juliet, who are very famous in Persian literature, called Layli or Majnun. And it is said that if Majnun loved Layli so much, it was a mutual feeling. I mean, Layli loved him even much more than that.
آخ نمیدونم دلم دیوونه یکیست، نمیدونم دلم دیوونه یکیست، دوست مسیر نرگس مسونه یکیست، آخ نمیدونم دل سرگشته ما داد و بیداد کجا میگردد و در خونه یکیست. نصیب کس نبی درد دل وای جانا که بسیار غم بی حاصلم وای جانا کسی بود از غم و دردم خبردار ای یارو که داره مشکلی چون مشکلم نصیحت میکنم سودش نمیبود به بادش میدم نش میبره باد نش میبره باد براتش مینم دودش نمیبود